Hello friends. Now in the second part we are going to see the further commands. In first part we have seen the chapter command, section command, subsection command and the table of content command. Now one thing we need to remember that whenever we are making changes in the text file, that is the file which already I have shown you, that is the latex file. When we are making changes in the latex file, that is the text file, we need to make sure that our output file, that is the PDF file in the same folder with the same name but with the extension as the PDF, it should be closed. Otherwise, it will give an error that we cannot make the changes in the latex file. Now, uh, uh, there is a command that is table of content, which command helps us to include the index into our report without writing the index manually. Now, uh, here you can see that the command is there. So if we run this particular latex file, you can see that the output contains the table of content. Now here, the page numbers are automatically coming to the index. The benefit of which is that generally whenever we are preparing the index manually, there are chances of having mismatch in the page number and its corresponding chapter or section or subsection. Now whenever you want to make changes in the file, as we have seen in the last session, that the chapter command is used to include a new chapter. Suppose I am going to change the name of the chapter as latex document. Now here you can see that after running this particular latex file, you can see that the chapter name has been changed. For my second chapter, the name of the chapter is latex document. Now whether the name of the second chapter in my index has been changed, we'll see. Now here you can see that the name of the second chapter, here it is the latex. It was the name which was earlier before we have changed. Why this name has not been changed? Because whenever you want to update your index, the latex document requires two successful compilations. Now here I'm not going to make any changes in my document, but I'm recompiling my latex document. Now after recompilation of the document, we'll see what happened to our uh, index. Here you can see that the name of the second chapter, which we have already changed in the last compilation, has been changed for the second compilation. It means whatever changes you are going to make in the latex document to reflect the changes in your contents or the index, it requires two successive compilations. Now we are going to see uh, further commands. So the next command is slash begin center, and as this is of type second type of command, we need to write the in center. So now whatever text I'm going to write inside but between these two lines, it will be centrally aligned. So you can see that yes, it is now aligned centrally. Now if I want to, by default we are aligning it to the right justified. So if I want to align it to the right justified, I need to comment the command. So to comment the command in the latex, the syntax is we need to use the percent sign before the beginning of that particular line. So that line automatically get commented. Commented means it is not the part of execution of the document. Now after commenting that command, so here you can see that by default it is right justified. So my text is came towards the right side. Now I am removing the comments which I have made here. So this is the begin center command which helps us to align the content in our document. Now there is the next command, that is suppose we want to include equation. So the command is begin equation and end equation. So in between these two lines we need to write down the equation in our latex document. Suppose I am writing the equation x is equals to, there are ready-made tools available here. You can see that this particular sign is for the fraction, means x is equals to y upon, suppose I want to use some other symbols, so you can use the symbols to this particular left panel. So there are so many symbols, those are available in the latex. Suppose I want to write x is equals to y upon alpha. So let's see what happens after executing. So here the equation appears. You can see that this equation has its equation number because this is the equation which I have written in the third chapter, and this is the first equation in the third chapter. So the equation got the number as 3.1. So equation is came as x is equals to y divided by alpha. Let's write one more equation. Suppose I want to write one more equation, so I can write down begin equation, and in between a and equation a is equals to square root of x square. Suppose I want to write the equation as a is equals to square root of a square. So let's see what happens. Yes. So a is equal to square root of a square. This is the second equation that we have written. So you can write any number of equations with the help of this particular begin equation and end equation command. So there are some symbols available on the left panel which you can use for the equation writing or for other things. There are so many symbols you can see that you can include in your latex document. Now suppose I want to write down some points in my latex document. So the command is slash begin itemize, and between begin itemize and end itemize I need to write down the different points which I want to mention in my document. So here for every new point you need to use the command slash item. So first, then second, for second item I need to use again the item keyword and second. So here you can see that it will show you the bullets for my two items. That is, you can see here first and second I have allowed or I have allocated the bullets to this particular command. Now if I want to assign the numbers to the my points, then I need to use the command begin enumerate. So this is the command, and again, so you need to use the keyword item and suppose first, and for the second item I will use the command again slash item second, which will assign the numbers, and itemize will assign the bullets. You see here, so here you can see that the previous command that is which we have used is the itemize, which gives the bullets, and second command which we have used the enumerate, which assigns the numbers. Now you see the next command. Suppose I want to uh, include a space between. Suppose I want to use the vertical space between these two lines. So you can use this particular command slash vspace, and you need to give the input in the inch, so that here you can see that if I'm including it as 1.9 vertical space I want to add between these two commands, so the command is vspace. Now here you can see that the vertical space has been added between these two commands. See, the first and second with bullets, and between that we have included the vertical space. Now if I want to include the horizontal space, so to include the horizontal space the command is h space. Now before we are using the h space command, suppose I am writing the content here, suppose like this. So as by default the content is right justified, so it will appear on the right side. Now I am using the commands, that is slash h space. Again we need to give the input to this particular command as in the inch. Suppose I am given command input in inch, so h space for that particular line the horizontal space will be automatically included here. You see that 1.9 inch horizontal space has been allocated. Suppose I am changing my input value, instead of 1.9 I am making it as 0.9. So you can see here it is appears like this. Correct. Now we'll see how to include image in the LaTeX document. So whatever thing you are writing, it should be included before the end document command. Now to include the image, we need to write down the command slash begin figure, and between begin figure and end figure we need to include slash include graphics command. Here you need to use the scale. Suppose I am using 0.5, and here the second part is the name of the image you need to include with its extension. Suppose r.jpg. Now I have already included this r.jpg in the my LaTeX folder. So here my LaTeX files are there. In the same folder I have included this particular r.jpg file. You can see here. So now we'll see whether it gets included in our LaTeX file or not. So begin figure, end figure. So here you can see that what is the output of this particular command. Yes, the file has been included. Now because the size I have scaled, the scale of that particular file is 0.5, I am going to change it to 0.3. So let's check whether the size of the image has been changed or not. So here you can see that the size of the image has been changed, but it is right justified. Now if I want to make it to the center, so we need to use the command slash begin center and slash in center. So you can see that the image has been aligned to the center. Now if you want to give the caption to the image, so the command is slash caption, the name which you want to give to the command. Suppose figure as Ramayan, and let's see what happens. So here you can see that the name which has been allocated to the figure as figure 3.1 Ramayan, because it is in the third chapter, first figure.